Peace, family. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star. And today I want to get into Lord Jamar and his comments that he made about reparations and all Black people getting reparations. Before I start, let me say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Enjoy your day and stay blessed. But I want to get into this. And Jim Clyburn also, the Tulsa reparations and how that is going to move the needle for reparations. So let me get into it. Lord Jamar, let me share my screen. Lord Jamar had a brother on his podcast earlier, and they had a talk. Senate candidate Dion Jenkins. I never heard of him, but he's talking reparations, and Lord Jamar had some pushback. I'm gonna also show y'all the comments that I made in his because I believe I was the first person to even comment on the video, because I've seen the video as soon as it came up. I seen as soon as he made his statement, I made my comment, and there it is, the first comment. Also, I want y'all to know I don't have any problem with Lord Jamar. I like his platform. I actually like the video, but I made a comment based off what he said, and it wasn't out of hate at all. So let me get into it and let you hear what he said real quick, and we're gonna get into it.
Listen, go ahead. But you have a question?
No, I want to interject. I just want to. Okay, so I believe there's degrees to everything. You know what I mean? There's first degree murder, second degree murder, third degree. There's manslaughter. There's levels to everything, right? So I feel like when it comes to reparations, there almost should be different degrees to the reparations, but I don't think reparations should stop just at the defendants of slavery. Hear me out. I think that's where it starts, and if you can prove that your family goes that far back, more power to you, and you probably should get more money. But here's the thing. Like, for instance, on my father's side, my grandfather, my great-great-grandfather came through Ellis Island in the 1920s,
right?
Okay, to this country, meaning our family lived through Jim Crow, we lived through redlining, we lived through just being niggas in America,
right?
And the bullshit that entails, the money that we should be owed for that, not just slavery. The fact that motherfuckers could have went to war, come home, and couldn't benefit from the GI Bill and all that type of shit. That happened to not just descendants of slavery. These are people that came to this country and got treated like they've been here since slavery.
Right.
They can't get nothing to. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like if you would include these people, maybe they're not going to get as much as you. You see what I'm saying? And then what do? Because my mother's family can be traced back to slavery. So I have one side of my family that's traced back to slavery, and then the other side that came here very early. How do we equate those type of people?
So based off what he's saying, his mother is a descendant of slaves and his father isn't. I'm gonna let you read I'm gonna read my comment of what I said. As you can see, it's like the first comment. And I'm gonna read some of the other people's stuff. So I said, Lord Jamar, your family came over here knowing that it was anti-Black laws and hate towards Black people, and still they decided to come, or Black people and still decided to come. They would have to put their own claim in for the things they went through when they came here. Based off your mother being FBA, you would still get reparations, right? So he still would get reparations because his mom was a descendant of slavery. But I'm gonna read the other people. It says Cigars Holdings LLC. It says we need the first win in individual lawsuits against their state, city, county for ancestors enslaved in Jim Crow for reparations. Let me see another one. And the people who came here during Jim Crow chose to come here. They knew what it was, what was over here before they chose to come, right? If you aren't a foundational Black American, then you don't deserve reparations from the United States. You need to go holler at the country your family came from. You and your family chose to come here and on your own accord, knowing how and what goes on here. Not to mention we're not included in the reparations movement in other countries. So why should they be entitled to ours? And that was a deep statement. That was a deep statement right there, because there are reparations going on in other countries. I did that in another video, which is called I think it's called Concord. Something. It's called something, but it's definitely another a Caribbean reparations claim, which foundational Black Americans aren't allowed to get in. So there you go. Us as foundational Black Americans need our reparations first from America, because everybody came here and benefited off our labor, including Caribbeans and Africans. But it just keeps going on and on. People basically had all the same things, which that's how we all feel, for real though, man. Like, people can't come in and get on our reparations. You have to file your own claim. Like, you can't come over here knowing that Black people were getting treated the way they got treated, and you willingly came over here. It ain't like you didn't. You was over there and you was oblivious. Your father and them was oblivious to what was going on. They came over here anyway because they didn't want to deal with their country and the stuff that was going on over there. You got fed some fake propaganda that you could come over here and thrive because you aren't us, for real. And then you wind up realizing that you can't thrive and that you are the same as foundational Black Americans or descendants of slaves. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't believe in that whatsoever. I feel like if you can't trace your lineage back, because a lot of stuff, like, okay, you did suffer all those things, right? We still suffering those things now, which would mean a person that came over here yesterday who was from Africa or the Caribbeans or wherever, they came over here yesterday and they start getting affected by racism, because racism is still rampant out here. What, they going to get a part of our claim? Like, no, you got to do your own claim, fam. Something happened to you during redlining and you have to sue the county or the state that your parents or your descendants got caught redlining. But we built America up from scratch. But let me also get into Jim Clyburn, this is why we have candidates like Deion Jenkins and Marcel Dixon trying to run right now, because we have these coons, these old niggas, you know, that won't get out their seats, man, and been BSing forever. So I'm gonna also play Jim Clyburn in his little video here. Hold on.
I'm doing well. Listen, but I gotta go. But I appreciate the fish fry and everything. I did want to ask though. Reparations is a big thing.
Reparations is big with me. I'm the only one doing the bill. Why y'all keep fucking with me on that? I'm the only one doing the bill. It's my bill.
Well, which bill?
The reparations bill.
HR 40?
HR 40. Okay. And I've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years. And it's been around for 38. So why y'all keep telling me about a bill that's been there for 38 years?
Well,
older than my grandson. Yeah, but 27. That bill been up there 38 years, and y'all looking at me that I'm supposed to pass it.
We just want you to push it.
I have been.
We don't want you to push HR 40. You know why we don't want you to push HR 40? And mind you, look how long he said this bill was up there. This is who the boy Marcel Dixon is going against, and we got to get him out of there, because he is doing nothing but upholding white supremacy. This is why this white man came behind him to try to come save him. See what I'm saying? He is trying to uphold white supremacy because that is an immediate pull on their power. Like, they are going to be affected by us getting reparations because they know money is power. Once you start giving us money, that empowers us, which means we can now compete in a capitalistic society. So they need these old niggas and these coons to come protect them. This is why he's talking about HR 40 been a bill that he's been pushing for 30 some years. Now watch this. I'm gonna go to this HR 40. I actually talked about this in another video, which you can see that one too, but I'm not gonna get deep into it. So look, U.S. Resolution 40, HR 40 would establish federal commission to examine the impacts of the legacy, look at the words, examine the impacts of the legacy of slavery, recommended proposals to provide reparations. This bill does not authorize payments or any other remedies. This bill does not authorize payments or any other remedies. Now watch this. Now let's go back a little bit and listen to what he says.
Bill.
The reparations bill.
HR 40?
HR 40. Okay. I've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years.
It does not include payments or any other remedies. It actually is it's examining the impacts of the legacy. So this is what this nigga's talking about. Man, let me go all the way back so you can hear him even cuss. This nigga said, why y'all keep fucking with me?
I'm the only one doing the bill. Why y'all keep fucking with me on that? I'm the only one doing the bill.
Doing the bill? What? Nobody cares about examining the legacy of slavery, fam. Y'all did not examine the Native Americans. Y'all did not examine the Asians when y'all got them in internment camps and y'all paid them reparations. You did not have to write up a bill to examine it. Look at this nigga's eyes. And now watch. Soon as they see the niggas
get which bill?
The reparations bill.
HR 40?
HR 40. Okay. I've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years. And it's been around for 38. So why y'all keep telling me about a bill that's been there for 38 years?
Well,
older than my grandson. Yeah, but 27. That bill been up there 38 years. And y'all looking at me that I'm supposed to pass it.
We just want you to push it.
I have been.
Well,
that's Sheila Jackson Lee.
Tell her to push it too.
Well, she's the one that authored it. She wrote it.
Yeah.
The choices being made
y'all need
in
to
the name of
y'all need to get
land that plane.
Y'all need to stop this foolishness.
for those choices.
Respectfully. That's all I'm saying. Just putting that out there. You know, we want to see that. We actually want to see that go.
Well, everybody want to see that go.
Which rests on reasonableness, support for federal.
See how the white man come in and try to listen, man. He is a gatekeeper. This is the definition. This is the definition of a coon. A Sambo. They might knock me off of that coon comment, but man, this dude is a Sambo, fam. Like he is doing nothing but the business. That's why he been in Congress and all of that for all these years, man. All these years, just so he can stop and block reparations. You are put there to block reparations. This is why we can't get nothing done, family. We have to get these old niggas out of here, and anybody who's doing the bidding for white supremacy and trying to uphold their power. That's because he get little trinkets. He gets paid. He's probably a millionaire sitting on a whole bunch of bread. Come on, man. They literally sit here and look at our dude trying to come up. Oh, man, that's because you putting the pressure on him. You don't want nobody to put the pressure on him. You just want him to slide through, get reelected so he could keep BSing on our reparations, And don't nobody care about HR 40 because it don't give out payments. We want payments, fam. We want payments. But let me get into this because they just about to pass a lawsuit for the Tulsa John. So the judge allows lawsuit by Tulsa Massacre survivors to proceed. So you still have the the Foundational Black Americans that was, I think some of them about 100 years old. You know, you still have them alive, the survivors. So that's what's up. And hopefully we can get this done. See, again, they got somebody out there, Sheila Jackson, the person he just was mentioning, Clyburn was just mentioning, Sheila Jackson. We got to kind of get her out the way so we can get this done. And but yeah, so that's this is going to have a trickle effect, because we also got it was so many Black communities that got messed up. And I actually wanted to try to find something on here. I believe it was, yeah, because this wasn't just, this was done with the help of the government. You feel what I'm saying? This was done by the help of the government. Again, white elected officials and business leaders not only failed to repair the injuries they caused, they engaged in conduct to deepen the injury and block repair. White elected officials, the government, and business leaders. That's the government. That's what I'm saying. So our brother, what's OJ's lawyer? I can't even think of his name right now. Can't think of his name. OJ's lawyer, though, you know, the one that died. Yeah, Johnny Cochran. He started this and then he died, which in my opinion, I feel like, you know, that was a conspiracy all in itself. Right? So yeah. Now with this, that's why I was saying that this is going to trickle down into the Wilmington, North Carolina, not Wilmington, Delaware, but Wilmington, North Carolina massacre, because we had over 50 thriving cities and towns, man, like Black Wall Streets. It was a whole bunch of them across the country, because, and not saying that I'm a big advocate of that, that was because we were segregated. It forced us to work with each other. It forced us to buy off one another. And they seen that was happening, which made us competitive, which wanted them to start integration, because they knew as long as we are segregated and we're building each other up and forced to buy off each other, it would turn us into millionaires, which they wasn't going to allow to happen. But again, this actually was done again by slave patrols were an early form of policing. No, that's not what I was trying to read. Hold on. Oh, no, right here. No, that's not it either. I'm sorry. Hold. Give me 1 second. Oh, here it is. The murders were part of a carefully orchestrated co-op that toppled a multiracial government in the South's most progressive Black major city. See what I'm saying? This was a big Black major city that had that was just like Black Wall Street. And again, this was helped by what you call it, the government. The government actually helped massacre this this thriving city. So, you know, we want our reparations, man. We want our reparations. That's why I said, if this Black Wall Street in Tulsa, this will trickle down and like get all these other cities, and people who were descendants of people in these cities will get them their reparations claim. So yeah, again, man, we don't want to this isn't a knock against Lord Jamar, nothing. It's definitely a knock against Clyburn, because we ain't messing with Clyburn. But this ain't a knock against Lord Jamar or nothing. But brother, we can't be doing the whole this is for every Black person, man. We can't do this is for every Black person. But we're gonna keep pushing for this reparations. You can see that this is a big issue. We're not letting that Roe versus Wade. We're not letting none of these little other issues. What's the other one they talk about? Global warming. Abortion. We're not letting none of these. I do care about student loans, but we're not going to try to make that some super big issue. We're not putting no issues right now over reparations, fam. We want the check, and we're going to get it by any means necessary. We're going to get reparations by any means necessary. We want our bag. We want our land back. We want everything. But yeah, man, we can't do the whole all the other groups, black and brown and all this immigrant stuff. We can't do that. We got to get our own reparations. They got to get their own. Whatever country you came from, holla at them, because that's the reason you left. You left your country because of white supremacy was taking over and you couldn't thrive. And you knew we were over here fighting tooth and nail for the government to do other things. That was the whole reason y'all even got to come over here en masse. Is because of foundational Black Americans fought for immigrants to come over here. Feel what I'm saying? So we can't let y'all get in on this reparations, but we will, you know, we do root for y'all to get y'all's, but y'all should be rooting for us to get us and not trying to get in the way and sabotage our reparations claim, because that's what we're not having that either. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say. You know, again, this is not a shot at Lord Jamar, because he would still get reparations anyway. But a lot of people who normally have that sentiment has people who are not foundational Black Americans in their family. And most of the time it's both parents ain't foundational Black Americans, but they've been here for a nice little minute. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. I think he's complaining for other people, because he would still get reparations because your mom traces back, which is still part of your lineage. You know what I mean? Foundational Black American is a lineage. It's not an organization. You can't get out of being a foundational Black American. That's just what you are. So, you know, and the main reason that they came up with that title was because African American is easy to get around, and we can have white people that was born in Africa coming over here talking about the African American and blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, they got a bag. We're going to have a whole bunch of white people with a bag, and you're going to still have all these homeless Black people who are descendants of slaves. Now, we're not having that. So we're trying to get these reparations popping. Y'all need to support these brothers who are from the grassroots trying to run on a Black agenda with reparations first. They ain't talking reparations, and they ain't talking reparations strictly lineage based. We ain't messing with you. We ain't even voting. You feel what I'm saying? We don't even want to vote until or unless somebody got the bag, because this is what we're not going to do. Also, we're not also going to just let the Democrats who are in office right now, definitely not the Democrats. We better off, and I'm not saying we better off with Republicans, but they not in office right now, really. So if they was to say, we're going to do such and such, you know what I'm saying? Even you could still do it without being in office, because you could just, again, y'all got congressmen who can pass legislation. You feel what I'm saying? Or push the legislation and get it done before y'all even get in there, right? But we're not going to let the Democrats say, oh, yeah, well, vote for me and I'm going to do such and such and such. Nah, fam, you in office right now. Do what you're supposed to do, and then we'll come out and vote for you next time. But you're not about to hit us with the finesse right now of, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and just you got to vote for me first. No, we ain't playing those games. We want tangibles. Tangibles. You heard? So that's it, family. I just wanted to make a quick video about that. It's reparations or die, man, right now. They said vote or die. It's reparations or die right now. Black people are in a conundrum, for real. Like, we are in a state of emergency. So we need reparations right now, or it's going to keep going down hill for Black Americans, man. I mean, foundational Black Americans, excuse me. So I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Y'all have a peaceful day. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the people who have subscribed and who have been viewing and supporting the channel. Definitely appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, man, we out of here. Y'all have a blessed day, and happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers out there. Be blessed, man. Stay safe.